Thank you very much. Honorable councillors, may I have your attention, please? Thank you very much. Honorable other women, other men, and councillors, notice was given of this council meeting. We are a quorum, and I therefore declare the meeting duly constituted. I do trust that you have all signed attendance register for this meeting, and if not, please do so before the end of business today. May we kindly observe a moment of silence in prayer or meditation. Thank you very much, Honorable Councillors. His Worship, the Acting Executive Mayor, Honorable Koshikekana and his entourage, Honorable Koshimatlangu and his entourage, the Chief Whip of Council, Leader of Executive Business, members of the Mayoral Committee, Chairs, Chairpersons of Section 79 committees, leaders of all political parties represented in Council, Honorable Elder Women, Aldermen and Councillors, officials, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen in the galleries, I welcome you all to this ordinary council meeting of the fourth term of the city of Tshwane. I'm now going to move to the second item, which is application for leave of absence. I'm now going to call the Chief Whip of Council to submit to us the approved leave of absence for councillors for purposes of this meeting. Chief Whip, please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the following councillors have been approved in line with our city's processes in acquiring leave of absence. Councillor Yolanda Mabusela, ANC, Family Responsibility. Councillor Joyce Ngubeni, ANC, leave. Councillor John Masombuke, ANC, leave. Councillor Harold Machene, ANC, sick leave. Councillor Stevens Mokgalapa, DA, leave. Councillor Sheila Senkoduge, DA, leave. Councillor Monica Tshwane, EFF, sick leave. Chief Whip, there is a point of order from Councillor Mashiko. Councillor Mashiko, what is your point of order?
Yeah, Speaker, the apology by Councillor Mokgalapa is not acceptable. Thank you.
The point of order is not sustained. Chief, Councillor Robert, what is it? Is it a point of order or what is it? Councillor Robert?
Thank you, Madam Speaker, fellow councillors. We want to check, is it a special leave or is it a holiday?
All right. It's a question, right? I will direct it to the Chief Whip of Council and he will wrap up the approved leave of absence. Chief Whip, kindly respond to that question as well. Proceed.
Speaker, there's a...
Madam Speaker.
Councillor Mabawala.
1, 2. No, thank you very much, Madam Speaker. We have seen the circular around the issue of executive mayor. And the circular states that the mayor is on the special leave. And according to law, for mayor to be on the special leave, this council should have approved that. Not mayor can't give, or you speaker can't give executive mayor special leave. So I want to know, and also we reject that particular leave as the EFF.
The leave policy resides in the office of the Chief Whip. So when you say I approve leave, it wouldn't be correct. So issues that relate to leave, I leave the Chief Whip to address those. Chief Whip, please proceed, taking the two comments into account. Order, let's hear.
You know, Madam Speaker,
when I raised this matter, you were quick to rule against it, but I appreciate your ruling. But in terms of what has happened, and with his political party already telling us through the newspapers that he is on special leave, as if it is the political party that appointed him. It's wrong. It is this council that stood in council on a particular day and voted for or against the executive mayor. And if he has to go on a leave of that come, it is this council that must approve that leave. He can't say to us he's on special leave, unless if he was on an international trip on behalf of this council, we would understand. We're just putting it that way. We know that the chief whip will not be able to respond. We know very well. But even in his...
Councillor Mashuhu, may I take a point of order? Point of order. I'm hearing point of order this side. I'm not sure who is screaming, not screaming, who is saying point of order. Whoever is asking for a point of order, I cannot see your hand. I hear your voice. Please proceed. Oh, okay, proceed.
Madam Speaker, I just want to point out on a point of order that we have a rule that says a councillor may only speak once on the same object, on the same item. And can we have some confirmation that that rule will be followed through? Because we will hear this man ad nauseum the whole day if you don't call it a stop to it.
Thank you very much. The order is not sustained. Let me explain something about that rule. The rule says a point of order and point of information does not count if a councillor wants to speak. Firstly, Councillor Mashuho rose on a point of order. Right now, he rose his hand. He did not say point of order information. He's saying, given what I have said, I then want to make the submission. So it is a submission saying that I overruled his order. So he is not challenging my ruling as well. He is making a submission. So, honorable councillors, I don't want us to start. Councillors, Councillor Mashuho, I'm speaking, you're speaking. Precedence of the speaker, you know that very well, right? Can we respect our rules and orders, please? Honorable, I'll come to you. He was still on the floor. I ruled on order. Let's have an orderly session. And I have asked Chief Whip to answer a question that relates to the leave as a custodian of the leave policy. Councillor Mashuho is going to finish his submission, then I'll come to you, Councillor Ramavuju.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable councillors, let's have order. In this house, I will only entertain matters that are on the agenda and matters that relate, like now, we are dealing with the issue of leave. We will only deal with issues that are on the agenda. And you know that very well in terms of our rules and orders. That is why we do have an order of business. Councillor Mashuho, proceed.
There we are. Madam Speaker, I will then request, with due respect, that the Chief Whip provides this council with that leave policy, wherein it states that a political party can give you leave and you can go on this type of leave. And then it must cancel the part on that policy that says you must submit your leave apology in writing. It must cancel it. Then I'll be happy. And it has to be done, Madam Speaker, whilst you are in here, so that nobody writes a letter now from home and sends it to the Chief Whip. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your submission. Councillor Ramavuju.
Thank you very much, Speaker. The leader of the EFF here in Tshwane has asked a question about the same issue that Councillor Mashuho is raising. Part of the reason why we are passionate like this, we've heard that people are called witches outside here. And our interest is to defend those people. Because ourselves as councillors here, we don't see people as witches. We see an African child who's presiding as a woman. So if other people see others as witches, those are the things that we are interested on making sure that they don't happen. Because our role is to make sure that people are not abused in their different parties that they are coming from. Because it's totally unacceptable for this council to accept a leave without any policy that was shown. If people are used to do as they want in the offices of the municipality, it doesn't give them an authority to give each other leaves as they want. So we want you to give us clarity, as Councillor Mashiwa has elaborated, including our party leader here from the EFF, Councillor Mabogwan. How did you arrive to a conclusion of giving Mr. Flowers a leave? How did you agree? Because that man is accountable to this August House. He's not.
Councillor Ramabod, you have made your point. Remember, we agreed on the time. Can we allow Chief Whip to? Can we allow Chief Whip? Honourable councillors, I'll come to you, Councillor Malek. I'm going to plead that let's stick to the decorum that you've agreed on, so that we can really move smoothly. Councillor Malek, then I'm going to ask the Chief Whip to respond and continue with the leave of absence.
No, thanks, Madam Speaker. I think my colleagues have raised what is important and pertinent, that the Chief Whip of Council has borrowed powers. His powers are borrowed by Council. Therefore, in between Council, he manages the leave policy. He needs to deploy and abhor the conduct of the executive mayor to announce his absence without tendering a leave of absence with the Chief Whip. Unless if the Chief Whip wants to say to us, he agrees with such conduct and Council must just ignore him or his existence, then we'll conduct ourselves like that the Chief Whip is no longer important. Party view and party letters are important than Council. Because in between Council, when people tender apologies, they tender them to Chief Whip. He agrees or disagrees on behalf of Council. Then when you apply, he's got a discretion to say yes or no. But he exercises that power getting support from Council. Therefore, he misrepresented Council in that manner. What we wanted to hear from Chief Whip was that he must condemn that conduct of executive mayor to start absenting himself from work, appointing acting mayor without tendering an official apology. Therefore, that on its own, I'm saying it's an illegal activity that should be condemned by all of us. Otherwise, you are saying to us, Chief Whip, we must do as we please. We can stay away without apologizing. It undermines that special committee that you are having. If I didn't apologize, I'll say, no, I'm behaving like Mokgalapa. I wrote to my party, they've got my letter. Therefore, let's condemn such action, Speaker. Have a dim view on that, abhor such conduct, and say it's not allowed. Thank you.
Chief Whip, please proceed and do your best to answer all the questions. Still on the matter. And I'm not intending to suppress you, but okay, I will give. Having have listened to all the comments, I do believe that the Chief Whip has got answers. So shall we? So you want to speak? Though I say, can we give him the opportunity to speak, or you want to raise your concern so that in case it's not covered, you want him covered?
No, I want to raise it before he comes.
Oh, okay, proceed.
No, thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Just a point of information from the Chief Whip, because we understand the rules and orders, and also we understand the policy around leave. I just want to refer you to Section 43 of the rules and orders, because any councillor needs to make an application for leave of absence from any meeting. There should be a date when the mayor has applied for this leave. And also because in terms of the leave policy, there are different categories of leave. There's family responsibility and all those leave which are categorized. In this case, if it's a special leave, you need to make sure that there's a duration which is attached to that leave. So maybe we want the Chief Whip to take us with confidence in terms of there was any application form and what is the duration of the leave. Thank you very much.
Chief Whip, with all those submissions, kindly proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, when the councillors will recall that when I read the leave applications, and I read Councillor Mokgalapa's leave application, I said leave. There is no such thing as special leave. You all know the leave policy. The leave policy states that when you apply.
Chief Whip, honorable councillors, whoa, Kikupa, come. May I address council? May I address council? May I address council, please? Councillors, you made submissions and Chief Whip is giving a response. May I request that the follow-ups that you want to make, note them down. When he's done, I'll give you the opportunity to come back. Please. And let me, councillors, wait. I don't want to be part of the debate, but it's very important that we give each other the opportunity to listen and to speak. I am pleading with yourselves. Can the Chief Whip give you the responses? There have been more than 4 submissions. Please, can he first give you a response, then I'll take follow-up hands. Please, so that we can proceed orderly and efficiently. We have to use our time very efficiently. Chief Whip, proceed with your response. Thereafter, I'm going to take hands for follow-up.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Councillor Rabodi, may I plead for your cooperation, please? The point of order. Let me take the point of order.
How long is...
Speaker, there are rules in your council, in this August council. So you can't therefore say you are suspending the rules because you want this Chief Whip, I don't know which privilege is he getting from, this Chief Whip to continue speaking even when he's lying. We are not allowed to raise an order because you want a smooth council cooperation. It doesn't work like that. There are rules. If the rules allows us to say point of order, you must recognize the point of order. Don't do that. Don't do that, Speaker. Please. These people, they don't love you. They even call you names here, but you want to defend them. Why are you doing that? People who call you a witch, you want to defend council according to the rules. If Chief Whip speaks, we are allowed to raise a point of order. There's no rule that says he must speak until he's done, we must note. Oh, I've never seen that.
Honourable councillors, I have said, I'll come to a point of order now. I have said I do not want to be part of the debate. Noting that, let me explain what I mean. Noting that we were listening to the Chief Whip when he was presenting leave of absence, the approved leave of absence. So, Councillor, please be in order. So all I requested was order and to give the Chief an opportunity to respond to all the submissions that were made. So I am not in any way overriding our rules and orders, and it is not my intention. Councillor Makato, proceed with your point of order, then we'll allow the meeting to proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm calling order on the Chief Whip on the basis that the Executive Mayor has issued a statement of the special leave that he's taking. So the Chief Whip can come here and tell us that it is leave, while there's an official statement that states that it's a special leave from the office of the Executive Mayor.
It's a statement of fact. We also the statement, so it's point of information if I were to rule correctly, because it's not order, because we're not deviating from anything. So, councillors, please, can the Chief Whip respond to all these concerns? Councillors, I have asked for your cooperation. Please note what you want to say. Let's allow him to first speak, so that he can answer the things that you spoke about. You spoke on the item. Please, Chief Whip, I see your hand, Councillor Ramushi. Can the Chief Whip first respond, then I'll check the hands, then we proceed. I will not suppress councillors. I know you have the right to speak, but let's do it in an orderly manner. Chief Whip, please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the leave policy makes it possible for each and every councillor to apply for leave. And it is part of my delegated powers to approve those or not to approve those leave applications. As I said, I received an application for leave from the Executive Mayor. I've approved it accordingly. And as the leave policy states, you have to receive a written leave application, and that is, according to the leave policy, sufficient enough.
Chief Whip, a question was made that the leave must also have a duration. Please answer that so that I avoid, ping pong.
The leave application is as from today, the 28th of November, until the 29th of January 2020.
Okay, councillors, now let me take hands. Honorable councillors, we usually don't debate leave. Honorable councillors, council cannot proceed in this manner until all of you are quiet. Then we will continue. Councillors, I'll wait for you to be silent so that we can proceed. I'm waiting for council to be quiet, then we'll proceed. Chief Whip, where are your party whips? Why is so much noise? Councillors. I'm waiting for council to be silent, then we can proceed. Councillor Mguni. I'm waiting for council to be silent. No, I'm waiting for all of you to be quiet first. How are we going to proceed with the meeting when all of you are making noise? I'll wait for you to be quiet, then we'll proceed. I saw Councillor Murudu's hand was up because he was quiet. And I'm coming to you. Then Councillor Ramoshi, then Councillor Disolwane, and Councillor Mashikho. Councillor Murudu, did I note you? Okay, it's Councillor Murudu, then Councillor Ramoshi, and from there I went and noted Councillor Disolwane, then Councillor Mashikho. So ANC 5, and Councillor Mama Momo. I hope you don't mind calling you Mama because I hope you don't mind. Yes, in that order, Lee 5. Then from there we proceed. In that order. Councillor Murudu. My chief wants to. Thank you. Then okay. Also, all of you represent Councillor Maruleka. Oh, when I was okay, so Councillor Maruleka, then Councillor Disolwana, then Councillor Ramushi, then Councillor Mashikho. In that order. It's 4 only now. Councillor Maruleka, proceed.
No, thanks. Madam Speaker, I think it might only be chronic illness that might necessitate such a leave. But we are requesting a 30-minute caucus, Speaker, just to make sense of what is it that Chief Whip is doing against the spirit of multi-party whippery. Because if it's veering off the arrangement that we're having as an institution. We're requesting a 30-minute caucus. Otherwise, we'll also discuss other matters that we requested earlier during that break. Thank you.
Before I grant the caucus, all the hands that were noted, are you happy to go for caucus, or do you want to continue, or you want to go for caucus? Caucus, right? Okay, Chief Whip, let me give you the opportunity to speak, then I'll grant the 30 minutes caucus. Thank you very much. Chief Whip, proceed.
Madam Speaker, I just want to clarify, is it a multi-party caucus that's being called, or the A caucus? Okay, well, I think then after the caucus break, can we have a multi-party caucus as well, please?
Thank you. The 30 minutes caucus is granted. We will resume after 30 minutes. Thank you very much, Honorable Councillors.
Sheila, are you coming? Sheila, are you coming? Sheila, are you coming? Sheila, are you coming? Are you on duty, Sheila?
entrepreneur, our son-in-law is here. Monsieur Mokgalapa. Monsieur Mokgalapa, our son-in-law is here.
let's settle down. I allow for councillors to take their seats so that we can proceed. I don't see party whips and some of the political party leaders. Chief Whip, did you guys extend your caucus? I don't see other party whips and other party leaders. We are done. Okay, so we proceed, right? Councillor Mabena?
No, thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity you gave us as the ANC caucus to look at these matters. And Madam Speaker, in this case, I represent the ANC in the leave policy processes. Number one, Speaker, we understand as the ANC that Council has delegated the Chief Whip to approve and to disapprove leave. That we know. But Madam Speaker, if Council is not comfortable with some of the leave approved by the Chief Whip, as an executive body which has given those delegations, it has a right to change some of those decisions. And in this case, our view is that the decision of approving the leave by the Chief Whip, which has been presented today, it has some question mark. I want to refer you to section 43 of the rules and orders. The application form must indicate the meetings the executive mayor is going to miss. In this case, the mayoral committee meetings with dates, council meetings with dates. It should not be an open-ended leave as presented by the Chief Whip to say it is from today until January 2020. It is a violation of the leave policy. So as the ANC caucus, we are rejecting the approval of the leave which has been given to Executive Mayor as presented, Madam Speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councillor Disolana, then Chief Whip will close.
Thank you very much, Speaker. As the EFF Speaker, we all know you can't take the two months leave, and then we also support the rejection of the leave. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Chief Whip, please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, yes, I think as an introduction, I just want to inform my colleagues in Council that I was at no end influenced by any individual or any political party when I made my decision to approve a WIPRI meeting, and it was agreed at the meeting that I will request the Executive Mayor to resubmit his leave application for a shorter period of 30 days. Thank you.
Speaker, on a point of order.
Councillor Ramabodu followed by Councillor Ramush. Councillor Ramabodu followed by Councillor Ramush.
Thank you, Speaker. The EFF is asking for 10 minutes caucus.
Before we go on caucus, can I take the hand of Councillor Ramabodu? Councillor Ramabodu. Sorry, Ramushi, I apologize. Kiri, I get caucus, Councillor Ramabodu. Kiri, Kikopa, who find that there are Ramushi opportunity, I will so that couldn't get 10 minutes caucus, please. Councillor Ramush.
Thanks, Madam Speaker. I think we have been given much orders here by Councillor Mabena from the caucus that we have as the NCO that we have requested. But also for the Chief Whip to come and change what the policy seeks to request, it's very wrong. You know, Madam Speaker, in that committee, the special committee, we are dealing with a lot of errors that are being committed by the Chief Whip. This is one of them. And we know for a fact that you will be bringing that matter to a special committee because of your own manage to deal with what we want to do. The Chief Whip, in terms of the rules and orders, he doesn't have any right to advise the mayor on how the mayor should do a leave or application of leave. The only thing that the chief whip must do is to accept or decline. That's all. You don't advise. So chief whip, don't put yourself in a mess here. We are trying to protect something that is unprotected. Leave the mayor to continue with his shenanigans. Just stay outside what the mayor is doing. Thank you.
10 minutes caucus granted. Thank you very much.
You are not going to be neutral, and we have seen your behavior time and again. So we reject this leaf, and we know you are going to side with the leaf of this Mokgalapa. So we are asking you that this council can make decisions. You are not above the council. Let's divide the house. Let's take a decision on this leaf of Mr. Mokgalapa. Thanks.
I'm going just to check something with my officials. Thank you. Councillors, I wanted to confirm this thing that I wanted to say to yourself. So it is confirmed that it is correct. Councillors, you will remember that you have delegated the powers to handle leave to the office of the Chief Whip. And for that matter, we cannot arbitrarily change the delegation. What councillors can do is to possibly refer the matter to the leave policy, because even that leave policy process was approved by council. So as council, we cannot just arbitrarily do things in this manner. So I hope it is understandable. So councillors, we are now going to proceed. Councillor Ramushi, yes? Honorable councillors.
commission, this water is not good for consumption. So on the daily basis, I will governor. You are governing here in the city of Tshwane, we are living here. Don't tell us about Cape Town. Tell us what is happening here. And in trouble to look at the aid. Whatever the end, they did never want this municipality. Here, if you never fumarela dinaga, Yari Bushan, the AITV will have progressive service delivered. All what they know, they want to, they only know to oppose the progressive work which is done by the African National Congress. Now they are confused because they must deliver, they don't know how to deliver. All what they know is to oppose. So we are saying as a Communist Party, the area for Bella will not be able to benching Tali and our position. Deliver the fairly opposed, I can oppose the Gavana Japon. I look forward to deliver. The Kona Fella would never to Bayram. You have proven that you have failed. So, Basali, I'm not going to speak much. The Sanko is going to speak. So, the end of the Magari Chusha. The Bafileti office, the African National Congress administration. But in the office is there, the Morita Dulara administrator, the city by the SABC. We are sure by the mayor of the aid at your office as a hotel. Mayor unaliti incentive kwa na hotel munali break party akana ya hotel if bakwa ni umfahai askabere kisani you must be steady on here. Capitalism, Babeli moral. Government, the role of the neoliberal agenda is to only to fight with the poor people. So the Kusalabu is here. Kusame Munchola, Lili Nalifeta Molitenguri Nabu African National Congress, Kudi Alliance Litangubasa, Kuja Banabamudimuri Apalena, Rirejuan, Willy Butabuna, the government on the China, fully bear under administration. Backdoor in that. In Arena, which you got 2021 is fair square. Arena, because one of the lead. So, for now, the Kupela electing mayor, Atama, Ayokuta, at the TV self, Utamaila, you are thinking, put the Goya Kuman, put the Kupela administration. So, Banano Paleti, Mogalanga memorandum, Marantakula in Yaka. Vinyaga Chele, the Yaba to buy TV, Vinyaga Chele, the Yaba to buy revenue, but you never win at the patient said, yeah, Bob, what is the MA? Clear, delay, take this governor in Yagochava, would be 2021, would have been Matan. If then you have family Chele, the Yabona, but whenever you say this, the community, this get a travel is on the Saba function at the Yabon. Governor, I want to know, they were not out of Child. So Marabiyago Wayele as an African brother so. Gustavo Abere is an official in any faith for any other issue. Thank you, Chair.
Away with the section SABC is here to ensure that Mokgalapa, by tomorrow, 12 o'clock, we should be home enjoying holidays. Relevant cadres are standing in the office, resolving the issues of the people accordingly and decisively so. We are here, we are resolute. We are tired of one man failing to resolve issues by a simple thing, one decision. Stop this and this and this, resolve issues. Simple as that. We can't afford a useless man sitting in the office failing the people like this. Look at these people, are you happy? No. Do you enjoy the sex with them? Only. You must enjoy servicing the people, not servicing the people in the bed, also in the offices, taking the bed in the office. Afford to leave the office so that the right person can stand in the office and solve issues. These are useful in the right place with your wife.
The provincial chair, yes, Sanko, Comrade Chris.
Sanko, Sanko, Sanko. Hio, Sanko. Oh, Sanko, 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 Sanko. Hio, Sanko.
Long live! Away, got the rapist, away! Hands, Gamutso, Amati, Panzi! Thank you very much. Allow us.
And a new application will be submitted.
Thank you very much. With that said, Honorable Councillors, the leave for Councillor Mokgalapa is withdrawn. Were you done? Were you done with submitting approved leave? You are not done. Okay, let me take that one, then you can proceed so you can finish. Councillor Tshwane.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Thank you very much, Speaker. I just want the people of Tshwane and Gauteng and Africa as a whole that Mokgalapa is a little American. So they must know Mokgalapa got the video part. There is no leave for Mokgalapa for this council. Thank you very much.
Please proceed to finish the item. Thank you. Please proceed.
Madam Speaker, now I still have to make the announcement regarding councillors to arrive late and to leave early. So, but I didn't receive any request for councillors to arrive late. And the following councillors requested to leave early. Councillor Floyd Temba of the ANC to leave at 1, and Councillor Pretty Sebutsane of the ANC to leave at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Thank you.
Councillor Howard.
Thank you very much, Speaker. The Chief Whip have wasted our time, the whole 2 hours. Why you didn't withdraw this thing all along? Look, it means we have 2 mayors here. So one clarity, because Tau is, I don't know what is happening. Can you give us direction? Because the mayor, Dr. Mokgalapa is not on leave. And there's an acting mayor. What is happening? What is happening with the DA? Tell us, please give us directive. Who's who? Who's who? Because it means the mayor can take decisions now. There's an acting. What is happening? Huh? Tell us what is happening in terms of what, the rules and what. Guide us, Speaker, with the Chief Whip, so that the people of Tshwane must know that who's their mayor. Is that one of office recording, or is this one here who's acting? Thanks.
What it means is Councillor Mokgalapa is on leave that is not approved. So he is not here. So, councillors, I'm going to proceed. I'm going to move to item C. Councillors, no. Item C now. But councillors, item C. Right here, and we'll talk to that. Item C, official notices. We don't have official notices. And now we are on item D. Item D is unopposed proposal by the Speaker and other proposals allowed by the Speaker. The first one is the late but urgent report in terms of legislation. Honourable Councillors, the reports contained in part 3 of our agenda were received from the Executive Mayor on the 20th of November 2019 and delivered to you on SharePoint on the same day on the 20th of November 2019. These reports are urgent and must serve today. Honourable Councillors, furthermore, on the 27th of November 2019, I received 3 late but urgent reports from the acting executive mayor. These reports are confidential in nature as they involve names of senior officials and they are not loaded on SharePoint and will only be distributed in council when we get to those items. And I do believe that the acting executive mayor will talk to those when he submits the reports to council. The acting. Thank you. The second item, reports allowed by the Speaker at her discretion in terms of Section 81K of the Rules and Orders. Honourable Councillors, Section 81K of the Rules and Orders provides for reports, matters not contained in the notice of the meeting to be allowed at the discretion of the Speaker. I have allowed a snap debate, Councillors. I have allowed the following report and a snap debate today under Section 81K. The report is from the Office of the Chief Whip and is a report on the recommendations made by the Special Committee responsible to investigate. Okay. Councillor Mabukane. Yes, I'm on item D.
Speaker, as the caucus of the EFF, I think initially a council has got a right to take all decisions of council. So, we rearrange the order paper and would want item I to come immediately after item D. Was an mayor abscond down. So lesson. So Speaker, item number I immediately after item number D. If you don't agree, divide the house. Yes.
Honorable councillors, I'm happy that you are referring to the rules and orders today. Let's first look at, notwithstanding the fact that I was still on item 2 under unopposed. I will start, when I go back to unopposed, I'll start there again. Honorable councillors, let's start with 8 subsection 2. It says, after the matters referred to in paragraphs A to E of subsection 1, and A to E, meaning we can see A to E, right? Section 8 of subsection 1 have been considered. The Speaker may allow, at his or her discretion, the bringing forward of any business which is on the agenda. And also, if you go to, and at the end of the day, it is the discretion of the Speaker. It is not for the House to vote on it. So, Honourable Councillors, 1, you are saying immediately under unopposed. So that submission is also incorrect because I can only bring forward after E1. Number 2, it is at the discretion of the Speaker, not for the House to decide. So,
Watch it. Okay.
One step back. Yeah.
I can't hear studio sound. Yeah. Now I can hear you. Okay, sure. Okay, sure. Memorandum. Bamat. Oh. Yeah. Waiting 4 minutes. So anytime from now they're coming. Anytime from now. Hi studio, we are waiting with the convener of the march and he has to go. Can we wrap this quickly? Well, thank you very much. We're actually coming to you from Tshwane House here in Pretoria, where there is a vote of no confidence happening inside for the incumbent Mayor Mokgalapa. But on the outside, we have SANCO assembling here, trying to voice their support for the motion of no confidence. But joining me now is SANCO Tshwane Chair, Mr. Abram Mashishi, who's going to elaborate a bit further on why they decided to assemble here outside. Ntate Mashishi, why did you guys decide to come here today? What are the issues that brought you here to oust the Mayor Mokgalapa?
Thank you very much, and viewers at home. As SANCO in Greater Tshwane region, I think we've been frustrated by the inexperienced and incapable administration of the city of Tshwane, on the basis that The service deliveries collapse totally in the city. We have the issue of Amaskral, whereby people of Amaskral, they are drinking in undrinkable water, where the water has been testified by the Lawyers' Rights Women Commission to say this water are not right for consumption. So we talk about the issue of Winterfeld Mabopane, where the sewer is just running throughout the street. We talk about the issue of Brongo Spruit. The water there, community cannot use that water. There are a lot of services that have been collapsed. You talk about corruption that is within the city. The 80 billion of Glad Africa, the latest 80 billion now that was given to the property company, Eureka, that they are not even aligning to the tender process. The worst part, now the mayoral sex scandal video, where it's very ashamed. You ask yourself to say, this is the capital city, metro number one in the country, number 3 in the world. So you ask yourself to say, can this happen? You ask yourself to say, sometimes these things that are happening within the DAEFF administration, it's very ashamed. Now, as Sanko, we say enough is enough. We want to influence even the opposition and the ANC as the part of our alliance to make sure that they put motion of no confidence to the called Mokgalapa. And we say Mokgalapa must leave the city together with his MMC, Sheila, on the scandal that they have doing. So as community, our people cannot be ransom because of non-service delivery. So we are saying enough is enough. From here, the issue of the high billing system, electricity, the indigent policy, the issue of the ward committees, there are many. I can mention them. I'm just giving the example because I cannot cover them all.
Yes. But would you welcome an ANC-EFF coalition in the city after what happened between the DA and the EFF coalition, and why?
As Samco, ANC is not going to do anything without our consultation. We will give the ANC as part of the alliance the line of march to say, in actual fact, we are not interested with government. We are not desperate. We just want the EFF DA coalition to fall. If we are in the issue of governing, we will advise our alliance partners, that is the ANC, to wait for 2021. But if it comes to a push, they want to govern, we need to sit down and go to the boardroom and discuss the arrangement of government between whoever that they are governing with. But as I'm saying, the agenda is not a government, it's to make sure that the people get service delivery, and the people of Tshwane, they have learned it a lot. They have learned in a very difficult way that they've made a mistake of voting for the DAEFF municipality.
Thank you very much. That was Sanko Tshwane Chair, Mr. Abraham Mashishi, actually saying that the DA and EFF coalition has brought the city to its knees with lack of service delivery. He's saying that they are not interested in governing the city. They just want the coalition to fall, and they will focus on the elections in 2021. With that, it's back to studio.
We want the mayor. We want the mayor.
And 3 will definitely have to apply. So instead, through you, Madam Speaker, it's trying to explain what Councillor Mokgalapa was saying, that we are not trying to change. Whether you revoke or you add, you are changing the rules and orders. So it cannot be that we read one sentence with excluding the other part of the sentence. So it cannot be allowed, Madam Speaker. Can you please just continue with your ruling? Thank you. Councillor Mokgalapa. Is your mic like a Officials are assisting us. No, man. This can't continue like this. It will not happen again, please. I don't want to hurry estimate. If I say it's a couple of weeks, I go only Mokgalapa.
Okay, yeah. Well, thank you. Mr. Speaker, I think we need to carefully explore the word discretion. And I think what's coming from EFF is that please consider this. And I think they fit into that way that you can exercise your powers to consider the pleas and the pleading that comes from this council. Now, let's not abuse our powers. The authority that we have, Speaker, comes from this council. That we don't use discretion and leave authority that you have. At all times when we come to council, you advance reports, especially where you need 108 hands. And we do so knowingly that councillors will agree with you. Therefore, I'm saying we want to persuade you in that spirit that consider in committee reports, consider the motion after you've considered minutes of council. And so that we dispose of these issues. Council is not functioning normally. If two adults can separate their hotel and office, it means the situation is not normal. Assist us to correct these things. And these things can be corrected through a democratic process. And the motion tries to establish ethos of democracy. Is to say, do you still want or you don't want? Therefore, the weapon to assist you is a vote to do that. Therefore, there's no stability in the city of Tshwane. The IG wake up this morning and say there's a 5 billion irregular spending. There was somebody says we are losing money at revenue because there's a software that was not rightfully used. Therefore, your mayor decides to have a cozy time in an office instead of making sure that he's got a cohesive team that he works with. Therefore, the situation is not normal. We are pleading with you, humbly saying to you, consider these things that we are not having a normal council. We are taking international trips, we are doing other things, but we are not providing service delivery. Therefore, let's agree that this council wants to plead with you, understanding your powers, that you will not abuse them, that you will not suppress what is important. What is important is that we want to bring stability, and that stability can be brought through a democratic process, either to agree that the mayor should continue or he should not continue. The other injustice that we continue and perpetuate is to discuss these issues in committee of rogue officials. We're denying this public to know that we've got rogue officials. They get piecemeals of information instead of establishing reasons that we've got rogue officials that we want to remove. Those reports, let's consider them early so that we can brief media and the public that no one will resolve them. Some is matching where they want water. Acting mayor has disappeared to address that public, to receive a memorandum. That means the situation is not normal, Speaker. Assist us through your discretion that you have, through the authority that you've received when we voted into power. Thank you.
Councillor Mokgalapa, then we will proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Councillor Mokgalapa, proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
I noted Councillor Kutsie before you. Councillor Kutsie, then Councillor Mokgalapa. I noted Councillor Kutsie. I've just checked my list here. Councillor Kutsie, please proceed.
Madam Speaker, just a point of clarity, please. How can we move reports forward if nothing is tabled? Thank you.
I refer the councillor. I've just read H2. So, Councillor Magege, I'm saying in response to that, Councillor referred to H2, and I've also cautioned that we are discussing an item which we are not supposed to be discussing here because we're under unopposed. So after that, Councillor Mabona, then followed by Councillor Ferguson. Councillor Ferguson, you will fall under Councillor Mabona. Councillor Mabona.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much. Just in support of what has been said by Councillor Malulega, I just want to refer you, we are referring you to legislation. We are not taking chances here. I want to refer you now to the Constitution, Chapter 7 on local government, subsection 2. It says, the executive and the legislative authority of a municipality is vested in its municipal council. So there's no one who's above council. Not even the mayor, not even yourself, Madam Speaker, because of its democratic processes. So when you are persuaded because the same Constitution has empowered you in terms of the bylaws we've created, in terms of section 156 and 162. And 156 says a municipality has an executive authority in respect of and has the right to administer the local government matters listed. It lists all range of issues. So in other words, we are saying to you, even the very same bylaws that we have created, they are not above the Constitution. Yes. We are now persuading you to say, consider what we are suggesting, and in terms of the delegations which we provided you as council, you must be persuaded, yes, unless you decide otherwise, because it's been a culture in this council to say, when other reports are urgent, we are able to push them forward. Why today is it a problem?
It's not a problem.
Councillor Ferguson. Councillor David Ferguson. I know I'm pronouncing your surname incorrectly. Bear with me.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just a point of order. According to the agenda, we are on unopposed proposals by the Speaker. And I think in terms of paragraphs 35 and 36, we have wandered off the pathway. We're having discussions on who are what witches, whole things about rogue officials. Can I ask, can we get back to the agenda and stay on track to finish before midnight? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honourable councillors, let me respond to a few things. Councillors, I want us to be orderly. One, I have stated that we are under D, which is unopposed proposals. Unopposed. I've cautioned that. So I'm going to continue with unopposed proposals, right? Which are these things that are here, number one. Number two, there was a question about the acting status of MMC Tau. And one councillor, I'm not sure which councillor, asked if I received a letter of the acting situation, referring to also the definition. I think just Councillor Mashuku, if I'm not wrong. Councillor Mashuku, I did receive the letter dated the 26th. Councillors, you are asking me, wait. Councillors, you have asked a question. I'm giving an answer. We all know Councillor Mokgalapa's signature. Here is a letter. That is why I have referred to MMC Tau as the acting executive mayor. It was on the basis of this letter. And in terms of legislation, the executive mayor is allowed to appoint an acting executive mayor. We all know that. So that is how I have allowed MMC Tau to sit there and I address him as the acting executive mayor. So now, honorable councillors, going back to section 46, I noted, sentence going back to section 46. Councillor Mokgalapa, I've heard you, and all of you, I've heard you. But I maintain what I have said. And remember that, okay, let me not even go there. I maintain that we would be erring if we were to say that we must read subsection 1 in isolation of subsection 2 and 3. We cannot do that. So this council cannot now, when we are under item D, which is unopposed proposals by the Speaker, want to amend the rules and orders by law. We cannot do that, honorable councillors. So it is my ruling that I am not going to allow us to do that. So it is my ruling, and please, let's proceed. I am going to proceed with item D. Before I proceed, I'm going to allow Councillor Tshwane to speak, but I am proceeding with item D, which is unopposed proposals by the Speaker. It is not a space where we debate, take decisions, amend bylaws, no. Councillor Tshwane, then followed by Councillor Mokgalapa. Councillor Tshwane.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Now that you have shown us that the Executive Mayor has requested Councillor Tau to act on his behalf, can you please just read us the appointment letter so that we understand the reason as to why did he choose to request him to act on his behalf, because actually it's not on leave.
Councillor Mokgalapa. Thank you. Councillors. Oh, okay, okay, so lunch. I could have that Councillor Bite has a little lunch. So lunch. Councillors, no. But to buy health, what I was about attacking, how did you do this back? Councillor Mokgalapa.
No, it's fine. You are saying that you are abusing your power. You are abusing your power, Speaker. Can we at least show us decency of providing us with reasons for your discretion? Because normally when you take such decision, you would have at least assessed what are the majority saying in the House. So normally that's what must inform your discretion. So the prevailing view here is that let's amend the order paper. You are refusing because you've got the power is run to someone's head. It's fine. But at least say, because of 1, 2, 3, this is what I'm trying to do. Don't just take a decision like that. So tell us, I'm taking this decision because of 1 and 2, 3 reasons.
I'm going to proceed. I have explained. Okay, let me first read the letter as requested, then I'll come to you. Councillor Ferguson, make a note here. To all staff, okay, it's on the letterhead of the Office of the Executive Mayor. To all staff, all councillors from Executive Mayor. 26 November 2019. Appointment of acting executive mayor. Please note that the executive mayor, Councillor Mokgalapa, is out of the office from Thursday, 28 November 2019 until further notice. Councillor Abel Tau, MMC responsible for Utility Services Department, will be acting executive mayor for the period. Councillor Tau can be contacted as follows. Then the telephone number and emails are listed. Kind regard, Councillor S. Mokgalapa, executive mayor. So that is the letter. Councillor Ferguson, proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just want to say, as we are sticking to the rules, I would refer people to paragraph 40 of the rules and orders if they have problems with your rulings, because this is supposed to be a quick council and we shouldn't debate things that are already covered, like in paragraph 40. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Order, Speaker. Order on the councillor there.
Honourable councillors, the provision of the rules and orders is saying exactly that. So that order is sustained. So you can proceed with your order. I don't know how, but it's also, actually I'm also violating the rules and order if I allow you to call order on something that I've ruled on. Councillor Mashiko, Councillor Mokgalapa, Councillor Mashiko, then Councillor Mokgalapa.
Speaker, we are still persuading you, and we will persuade you because we put you there as the Speaker. And as we persuade you, we'll refer you to legislation. And I'm going to refer you to the Municipal Systems Act and regulations. And I'm going to refer you what is on page, on your rules and regulations. You see, when we drew up this document, fortunately you found it here. We did it. When we drew up this document, in it we wrote certain pieces of legislation. And the person who did it came back, so it's come undermine. Now, there's a piece there that speaks in terms of section 59.3 of the Municipal Systems Act, the review of council resolutions. Now, it is this act that gives you delegated powers as the Speaker. Now, I want to ask you a question. If you keep on saying it is my discretion, can you show us those discretion and who gave you those discretions? Because a discretion must be in writing. When were you given this discretion that you are boasting about? Did this council give you a discretion to be above it? Because as it is now, you are acting as if you are above this council. It's my discretion. Everything is my discretion. So you are above the council. Councillor Mariona tried to show you something in terms of the Constitution. And you are continuing, Madam Speaker, and we are watching you. We are saying, Madam Speaker, discretion is has it discretion on go high? Get discretion every funkerina as this council. But you can't come here and say everything my discretion, my discretion. Now look at that piece of legislation and please read it properly. It's very public discretion. Because I can tell you, I was very saying no blood testing now. If I'm saying the discretions are we feel cancel. You are not above us. For once, just try and respect us. We respect you, Rahurata, Marauri Tumbi. I can tell you, and I'm getting offended, that at your age you must start disrespecting people of my age and my experience in local government. Thank you very much.
Councillor Mashuk, you know what you're doing is not right. Honourable councillors, who did I note after Councillor Mokgalapa? I know the Councillor Mokgalapa after Councillor Mashuk. But councillors, what I've said, one, we are dealing with item D, right? Item D is inappropriate to be discussing this matter, but I've allowed it anyway. Number two, we are talking about dealing with the order of business at ordinary meetings of council, which is section 8 of the rules and orders. And And that is what I have, focused on, because the matter that is before me is to ask me to advance an item. And the only provision that I can use to advance an item is section 8, subsection 2. And it says, after the matters referred to in paragraph A to E of subsection 1 have been considered, the Speaker may allow, at his or discretion, the bringing forward of any business which is on the agenda. I did not give myself this, it's on 8.2. So please, councillors, I am not abusing anything here. I am following the rules and orders to the letter. Councillor Mkhala, please proceed.
Madam Speaker, without sounding very insidious, it is important for people to understand how you deal with interpretation of statutes. You see, when you write a section in any statutes, you then read sections and subsections. Now, if you go to rule book, just a little tutorial. If you look at 46, 1, 2, 3 are separated from each other. If you want to link things, go to section 41. You see that section 41 will have 41.1 and then A, B. Now, it means when you read 41.1, you must read A and B. But the two are not necessarily linked to 41.2. So you can't read them together always. You only read them together when you want to make a point. But without befuddling the whole thing, it is important to note that Councillor Marohan, when you pointed out that you can only bring items up after E, he gave you leeway to say, yes, I agree, let's do it after E. He did not argue with you. Now, only then, when you bring the whole thing up, section I, can you tell us about discretion? You must say, here's an item, at no discretion I allow it or disallow it. Upon which we have already indicated that if you do that, we'll be forced to divide the house. So what am I saying? Get D done with, get E done with, bring the items forward, and then we proceed. No more arguments, because we are just befuddling the problem. We can't do this and that. No, yes. Let's do E, D, let's do E, but the request from the EFF is that item I be brought forward. The request coupled with that by the chief whip of the ANC is that all in committee items must be brought forward. And he has got a motivation. When we go in committee, we remove those wonderful citizens of the city there. There must be a time when we bring them. And they must be briefed of what the deliberations were all about. Councillor Malek is even saying he does not understand why in the first place they have to be removed. His view is that maybe we should not even go in committee because these issues affect them as residents of the city. So, in short, deal with D, deal with E, bring forward the items that have been requested to be brought forward, and then council will proceed. Because you know, if you can look at
Argument space, comrade, let's open the space so that we are able to take this process very swiftly. Amanda! Matla! Randi era! Randa ura! Where's Mokgalapa? Where's Mokgalapa? Mokgalapa have absconded! Comrade! Thank you very much. RGS Magasa comrade, really all of you, marshals, Sanko Brigade, the SACP, COSATU, SASCO, and the ANC Youth League that are in our presence. The process of handing the memorandum to to the acting mayor, Councillor who is also an MMC. I hope and believe only some of his colleagues here, but department there are. Comrade, you must understand as Sanko, we are not pushing any political agenda. Our agenda is straight and forward to make sure that service delivery go to the people. Nothing else, that is our interest at heart. So, as Sanko, today we are here to make sure on the 28th of November 2019 to hand the memorandum, the Titewo Chalina, Chelir Filen Jona, Konang Jenne, the Kutlo Jenne Chatswa, whereby our zonal leadership have submitted Councillor and Acting Mayor Tau their grievances into this memorandum. We are going to read this. It's not from us. We have got the mandate from the community to come and hand over this memorandum to you and say the message is to say you have to respond within 7 days and you will attach your signature. This is just to come and greet you. We have not mobilized. We will mobilize more than this and make sure that you adhere to the people of Tshwane. And the people of Tshwane have given you this time of governing because you are inexperienced, because of you don't have capacity. That is why today our people are suffering. That is why today the people of Amaskar have got no water. They are drinking contaminated water. That is why today there is sex scandal within the city. These offices, they are holy offices, they need to be respected. As Sanko, we are saying we are not going to tolerate this nonsensical event that are happening within our community. Allow me, Team Mayor Ndadetau, you are part of my brother, but coming to this, I'm not going to compromise. You are part of my family. Unfortunately, you are going to run on this one. After this, Ranwati, there is no problem. This man is my brother. And by so saying, he knows what I'm saying, and I'm not claiming him, but unfortunately, we are not going to compromise our services. Our people have sent us to hand him this memorandum irrespective. As the chairperson of Sanko in Tshwane, the memorandum will be read as follows. As a community vanguard and a progressive revolution civic movement committed to a unified, democratic, non-sexist, non-racial, and non-exploitive South Africa, here present the memorandum to the Honorable Acting Mayor Councillor Tau, to the city of Tshwane. Greater Tshwane Sanko witnessed the deterioration of service delivery, maladministration, corruption, inequality, poverty, high employment rates. Our community, since in the inception of the DA coalition EFF administration in 26, are suffering. Our community in all these 7 regions of the city experienced the following: high billing system and electricity. The municipal uses the estimate system which charge our communities double the amount. No maintenance for water leakage in our township. Like you go to Rankua, the sewer system, it's running around in the street. The people, their health hazards are being affected because of they cannot even eat. So that is the exploitation of our poor community in terms of the lawyers of human rights. Our people cannot live in that space. The current administration increased electricity rates. The effective indigent program is no more there. You remember in the ANC there was this indigency depending on your earnings. If you earn less, you pay what equal to what you are earning. In this DA administration, all these things are not there. They removed those who were on the POP without proper consultation. The waiting period is no longer 6 months. The system is biased and excludes many deserving people. The issue of the water crisis. We remain with water for more than 5 consecutive days. We remain with electricity for more than 7 consecutive days. Brown water problem in Kalinen, in the Mitswedin region, that is Brongorspruit. We need this matter to be addressed. Poor electricity maintenance. The city failed to resolve the intermittent electricity cuts in Olive and Hochbos. We are saying no one in the city of Tshwane must stay without electricity, because our system have proven without a reasonable doubt that they are not accurate. Electricity cuts in Soshanguve, Mabopane, Mamelodi, Pretoria West and East, Lodium and Atteridgeville are a daily occurrence, especially even the Brongorspruit itself. The poor maintenance of electricity network across the city. Reported sewer leaks not resolved on time. At the same time, you expect us to bill us, whereas you cannot maintain the water leakage, of which is unacceptable. High graveyard charge. As I said, in the previous administration, Bernali Mavita, Bernali Free government, fund our own poor people. Since you get into this DA coalition, that thing is no more there. The city is charging our community high amount of their burial, no maintenance of township graveyards, only concentrate on white dominant areas. Your budget is being approved to make those white monopoly capital, those Boere, Skalvik and others, instead of going to the township, it's not going to the township affected area where the poor people live. Informal settlement. We are saying on informal settlement, there is no formalization of informal settlement. As Sanko, we demand that people need to be formalized so that they can have a decent area, a decent shelter, they can build their own structures there in terms of the formal settlement. No application of bylaws. There is no bylaws within the city. The so-called Shepherd Bushiri, but they are still sleeping there within in that community, making noise to the poor community there. People are just urinating on the street. There are no bylaws. We are saying enforce your bylaws at the town. The city is lawless. The crime is rising. High mass lights and street lights not working. There is no storm water system in our township. Poor refuse collection in our township. Community are concerned for their health as a garbage piles up in their township. We have explained to say this causes a health hazard to our poor community. Our poor community cannot live and eat next to the sewer. Where is the services? Where is the municipality? Because of my experience, that's why this is not happening. Communities are concerned for the health and garbage piles in the township. No landfills in our township as the one in Atteridgeville is being closed. No roads and street maintenance in our township. The maintenance of high-end roads are only concentrated on white-dominated areas. Our townships are still dusty. There is a high rate of health hazard disease related to the dust. Greater Tshwane Sanko is aggrieved by the administration of the EFF coalition led by the Mayor Stevens in the city Mokgalapa, whose main focus is corruption. Sex is in the city and administration is evident below. Yes, it's even revenue agencies. The municipality has decided to expel the workers who were doing good work as the rapid response on the ground, which were reporting every incident which was service delivery and transgression of policy of municipality. It's even, comrade. Service delivery is suffering because of the absence of food soldiers on the ground. Even though the arbitration had exonerated both the workers and revenue agency, but municipalities still resist to reinstate them to work. Arrogant corruption scandal of more than 18 billion on property. This is the one that is being exposed now recently. Continuance of unqualified officials of social positions, senior position, like you are the man so-called, is it Gavenda? No, is it Gavenda? Bodybuilder Gavenda. Mr. Private Bodybuilder Gavenda still in the employment of the city. Vulnerable Airport, corruption scandal of plus minus 900,000 per month. Acting city manager who is also conflicted by also acting in an audit executive. DA/EFF administration is not serious about public or community participation in the affair of the city. No ward committee structures to assist ward councillors, and now it's more than 3 years. You know, councillors, the ward committees are the showbacks of the councillor. That is why your services will always be poor and will collapse, because the ward councillors, they don't have ward committees. Deliberate collapse of service in the following key areas. Formalization of informal settlement being stalled. Township economic development no longer happening in our area or in township. Indigenous programs no longer effective. Poor public participation and consultation process by the executive. Continuous electricity breakdown in our township. Sex scandal in the office of the executive mayor. MMC Sheila and her acting group head are so corrupt as they awarded tender of supply of parts to some who is not qualified. The acting city manager and group head of ROC suspended REDs and senior managers to run their own corruption. Greater Tshwane Council again, against all this background due to a failure of this unholy relationship of DA/EFF, and we demand the following. The resignation of the mayor, Mr. Stevens in the city, Mokgalapa, with immediate effect. The reinstatement of the service delivery in our city, especially our township, with immediate effect. The reinstatement of the indigenous program with immediate effect. Fair employment in the city and absorption of all cleaners. The cancellation of current advertised security position and absorb all security personnel. Clear project plan, maintenance and resolution of the following. Water crisis in Namaskral and Kaline. Intermittent electricity in our township, especially in Olivenhout Bosch. Township stormwater, township street, township roads, formalization of informal settlement. Scrapping of all municipal debt and start from zero with the new accurate billing system. Mayor. Scrapping of all municipal debt and start from zero with the new accurate billing system. ITSIBE and revenue workers be paid their outstanding amount and resume their work with immediate effect. I repeat, ITSIBE and revenue that the office of the Speaker give us a full report for establishment of ward committees. We further demand that to know what they did with the money budgeted for ward committee members, as we have seen process stop twice while about to be concluded, as you take the ANC government to court to say they will never follow the right processes to appoint the ward committees, but today yourself you cannot appoint ward committees. We demand to know who paid and how much to date. This we deem as fruitless and wasteful expenditure that must fully be accounted and culprit brought to book. You are aware, Councillor Tau, of the DA, that you are the worst municipality that the Auditor General has declared as the worst municipality in terms of corruption. You are municipality number one. The city, the capital city of Tshwane, in corruption that have been declared by the Auditor General report. Special Investigation Unit, that is SIU, to investigate and recover money stolen by Jet Africa and Arco. Siyayifuna le mali baba. We want those people to pay our money. It's high time that we, the national government, under Cyril Ramaphosa, people who have stolen the money that Jet Africa, we know them. The government must go and recoup and take that money back to the public purse. That is not our money, it's our community money. MMC for road transport must be put on special leave with immediate effect. Removal of Mr. Previn Bodybuilder Govender from the office. We request withdrawal of suspension of REDs and top management with immediate effect, as there is no case against those suspended officials as outlined on a record in a recorded leave. We request council to remove all posters of Mr. Stevens in the city. Mokgalapa on our municipal buses and all public spaces. The city to reclaim back showground from Tshwane as was given for agricultural hub, no leasing. We demand is the reply of this memorandum within 7 days, effective from today. We are aware that Pastor Shepherd Bushiri, the old apartheid municipal council, have donated the Pretoria show. That is the show that Pastor Bushiri is practicing his church service there, on condition that when the municipality give Tshwane that property, they give Tshwane on condition that any person that will be in that facility will utilize not for nothing else but only agricultural activities. As the SANCO members, our members have mandated us to make sure that you take that municipal property back to the city so that it can be able to do its work. So, thank you very much, comrades. The memorandum is going to be officially handed to our Honorable Councillor, Acting Mayor Dau, is signing the memorandum. Everybody is witness. He's signing the memorandum. Councillor, Acting Mayor Dau, Abel Dau. We hope and believe this memorandum is not going to fall in the deaf ears. Okay, this one is from Mokgalapa present, so that they are able to make a safe sex. When the approval is delivered. Yeah. Comrade.
On behalf of the city of Tshwane, on behalf of the city of Tshwane, I accept your memorandum. I commit on behalf of the city to respond to your demands in the stipulated time, and we will definitely be in contact with the leadership of SANCO on that regard. Ke a leboga.
Thank you very much. Thank you very Thank you very much. Leadership, thank you very much. The transfer, the subject, and the move and complaint. And the Rupele Torelo continuation in the Mona, and the Sambor and the Master of the area of the Gamato. And the Robert Mishabella. And we want to make sure must follow our my
Okay. Yes. Oh, you want to see me in front of the camera? Okay. We will be in front of the camera now. Sorry. Mic check.
And you are going to make run, make sure they implement what you request them to do, and you have given them the mandate, and make sure what's corrupt. Don't just only the municipal money, they must go to gain. Very good KFM.
Oh, the company makokana wa ya kwali ho ba tlogela. Yes, thank you very much. We're coming to you outside the Tshwane House, and from what we understand, the mayor is AWOL, that is, he's absent without official leave. According to the council sitting, the EFF here in Tshwane and the ANC here in Tshwane, they've actually rejected the leave application by the mayor, thereby saying that there can't be an acting mayor while the mayor is AWOL. So basically, the acting mayor, who's Abel Tau, could not come and receive a memorandum. He came out to take the memorandum as an MMC, but he did not take it as an acting mayor because now the mayor has to come back and apply for leave so that it can be approved before he can leave. But at the present moment, from what we understand, is that the mayor is AWOL. But we're going to speak to some of the people that have assembled out here to find out why they decided to come and support this motion of no confidence on Mayor Stevens Mokgalapa. Kevin, thank you so much for your time, my brother. Can you please tell us why did you guys decide to assemble here to support the motion of no confidence against Mokgalapa?
All right. First of all, Comrade Mokgalapa failed the people in one sense. Number one, the bill is very high in Tshwane. Second to that, we're having people in Hamaskral whereby they're experiencing water shortage, the cleanness of it, and then students of Shangube campus, if you check there's no electricity throughout the week, probably Wednesday and Fridays. Automatically, it means if there's no electricity, you cannot study properly, you will fail. Accordingly, as the young man here has alluded, water that's not clean, automatically you cannot go to a class. You must be subjected to a clinic, a health sector, automatically you're going to fail. Then it collapses progress of our people. If you check it, you have the young people, young minds. But these young minds, for them to be given the opportunity, they require what? Education. And then education requires what? Cleanliness condition. Health in condition should be prioritized. Second to that, accommodation. If you check a high bill of it, for people who cannot afford it, 3.5 for a student is too much. At least a relevant price, but also the quality of it must be maintained. If you check, you have old people that require what? Resources to be given to them at the required time. Medication, they have exposure to what? To asthma, but they lack those resources in the health sector. They are not. The mayor is here, has been here for a long time, but the service is not fully delivered properly. If you check the roads, these lights, you will find that only one is working, the rest are not working. It is not a problem. You go to Social Move at Ridgeville, Mamelodi, there's no street lights working proper. But you go where? Suburbs. There's priority there. That particular man shows you very well. He's functional to where? To a people only. Our people that are struggling automatically. If you look at them, just look at them yourself. You can see there's a struggle there. But this man is the only man who can ensure that our people are emancipated by what? By his office. By ensuring what? Number one, he gives them out opportunities.
Let me just cut you there so that we can get other people, my brother. Sesi, le kopo re tlhalosetse gore wena wa e utlwile mo ka teng.
Ke tlile mo go lwela ditokelo tsaka. Re na le matsapa, re tlhoka thuso ya gore a rena re patela electricity, re reka expensive. Metsi re tswalelwa metsi e le gore a rena di income, re robala mo mafifinyi mabone a timiwa. So re tlhoka thuso gore monno wa re thuse.
Okay, Papa, why o batla gore Mayor Mokgalapa a folohe mo stulong sa hae?
Because ka poor delivering area na leng yona re nwa metsi a ditšhila a mixaning le storage, so a re kereke ke khale ntse re lla ka metsi ao nako engwe a tsamaya re sofole ka metsi ho tla dilori di tlo re tshella metsi a manyana a loke a ba rekisetsa metsi a o le ka no re ka kgona ho nwa, so le mabone khono fetsa beke di beke tse tharo re sena mabone mo ntweng mo plekeng ya rona.
These are some of the residents of Tshwane. Among the issues they've raised is the fact that there's water and electricity shortage, and they feel like the situation is being exacerbated by the infighting within the DA, whereby instead of focusing on service delivery, they are busy fighting among themselves. And with that, it's back to studio.
I wanted to say something about the journalist child.